Cullen was frustrated and bored. His carefully thought-out plan of him and his companions coming to Ahren's and Khara's aid and infiltrating the Eternal Empire together had failed spectacularly. He had given the pair a head start of 4 weeks before telling the others, so that they could rush to the young couple's assistance without fear of the companions stopping them before they could reach Quin-Wa's empire. It had all seemed so simple in Cullen's head. He would lead the others by following Ahren's fading scent. Uldini and Jelna Nolan would come up with some ingenious spell or other, enabling them to whoosh, unbeknownst, past Quin-Wa's charm net, and then they would catch up with Ahren and Khara before tracking down the empress together, persuading her to abandon her war against the Sun Plains and getting her to command her armies to fight against the Dark Ones who were streaming out of the Pall Cloud. Unfortunately, Cullen had underestimated both the magical hurdles facing them and the cunning of his friend. Ahren and Khara had embarked on a devious course, bamboozling the wolf's nose and making it impossible for him and his companions to follow the pair on horseback. Ahren's scent led across racing rapids, stinking bogs, and dense undergrowth, while every so often the young paladin had scattered sneeze root in his wake. Cullen whined as he remembered how he had sat there like a young whelp succumbing to one sneezing fit after another. He was going to have serious words with Ahren over this ploy once they were together again. No doubt about it. The voices of his fellow travellers suddenly grew louder and more heated. They had been debating and arguing around the campfire on how best to proceed. He pricked up his ears to listen more closely. "What an extraordinary discovery!" thundered Falk sarcastically, waving his arm at the green plains before them. "Your brilliant magic is telling us that Ahren and Khara are heading in the direction of the Eternal Empire." He fumed, his voice dripping with scorn. "Now we know so much more. Isn't it great that we have such a clever ancient in our midst?" Cullen could clearly see the vein on Falk's forehead pulsing angrily, the same way it had done when Ahren, a young apprentice forest guardian at the time, had displeased his then-master because of some foolishness or other. Cullen was very fond of the crotchety old man. His firm, sometimes proud, or even explosive manner, together with his tightly cut grey hair, his beard, his broad shoulders, and his piercing grey eyes, made him an alpha among men. If Falk was no wolf, he wasn't too far off from being one, and Cullen was far-sighted enough to realize that no one was perfect, apart from himself, of course.